All right, so I'm going to be talking about my lesson plan that I created it was a science lesson about thunderstorms. It's called Thunderstorms and Listening to the Sounds We Hear. Let's see here. So how I first kind of get my lesson going, I'm going to have a discussion with my class, kind of what they know about thunderstorms, what causes them if they know, and if they understand how to figure out how far away a thunderstorm is from them. This will kind of create like a precursor for everything that I'm going to go over with them in this lesson. And kind of from what they tell me, I'll be able to see what I need to emphasize on for the class and how they will understand the content. So, all right. So my formative assessments. So this is where I'm going to start. I'm going to actually play a video for them. That was activity 2. But activity 1, what I chose to do, I'm going to start with having them draw a memory of a thunderstorm with colors and what happens during their thunderstorm, like kind of like showing like leaves rustling and the trees moving and how the clouds get dark, and just kind of showing me what they have seen during a thunderstorm. And then after they're done, I kind of want to have them show their pictures. I want to just see what like the creative minds that they have and like some memories that they have. Then I'm going to have us kind of get together on the carpet, like kind of get in a circle, and I'm going to go over the song with them. It's called I Like to See a Thunderstorm. So I'm going to go ahead and kind of sing that a little bit and kind of clap the beat, and I want them to kind of go with me on that, to just like learn the song, learn the beat, and then eventually be able to, because later on in the lesson we're going to create an instrument to kind of go with that song. So I'm going to go ahead and sing that. I like to see a thunderstorm, a dunderstorm, a blunderstorm. I like to see it black and slow come stumbling down the hills. I like to hear a thunderstorm, a plunderstorm, a wonderstorm roar loudly at our I've messed up. I'm not going to stop the video. I'm going to keep on going at this point. But I'm going to redo the song. I like to see a thunderstorm, a dunderstorm, a blunderstorm. I like to see it black and slow come stumbling down the hills. I like to hear a thunderstorm, a plunderstorm, a wonderstorm roar loudly at our little house and shake the window sills. So I'm going to kind of go over that with them, keep clapping, maybe get up, kind of stomp it out a little bit with them, kind of get them comfortable with the rhyming in there and the kind of the different beats in the song. Then after that, what I would do is I want to play a video on YouTube for them, showing them about thunderstorms and how they are created, what happens during this, and then after that they will partner together with another student to discuss what they've seen, kind of their thoughts on everything, and kind of go around to the partners and kind of hear their discussions. So I have this YouTube video that I found that I really like, just because it shows it kind of explains things to them as well. So I'm gonna go ahead and play that.
What is a thunderstorm? Hi guys, look, what a heavy rain. Oh, it's a thunderstorm. Have you seen the lightning? Let's find out what a thunderstorm is and why it happens. First, water evaporates from the surface of the earth. Warm air, saturated with water vapor, rises up. As this happens, the air cools, because the higher we get above the ground, the colder it becomes. This is noticeable when you look at mountains. Their peaks are snow-covered, while the areas at the foot of the mountain are still warm. At the higher altitude, the water vapor turns into a fog, that is, small droplets of water. Now, clouds of different shapes are formed from the fog. But in order to get rain with a thunderstorm, the clouds need to be very large. Such clouds are called cumulus. At the top of the cloud, it is so cold that the water there begins to freeze and ice crystals are formed. Then these crystals begin to fall and become the centers of formation of large drops of water, which move down. Look at the cloud. Its top settles down and becomes flat, and the cloud itself now resembles a mushroom or an anvil. This means that large drops are already flying down, and rain will soon pour out of the cloud. For a thunderstorm to appear, there should be a separation of the electric charge. Large and heavy cloud particles usually have a negative charge. Let's mark this with the minus sign. And lighter particles have a positive charge. It is usually marked with the plus sign. Large and heavy cloud particles fall faster, and the charge in the cloud separates, creating an electric voltage. This is what causes lightning. But what is lightning? This is an electrical discharge, more precisely, an electric spark of enormous size. We can create small electric sparks in the dark if we rub a balloon against hair or clothes, woolen or synthetic ones. Look, there are the sparks. Lightning is the same electric spark, only many times bigger. So what is the thunder we hear during a thunderstorm? Remember when we created sparks with friction, we heard clicks? And just like lightning is many times greater than our sparks, the sound it produces is louder than our clicks. This is called thunder. Did you notice that during a thunderstorm, we always see lightning first, and only after that we hear thunder? This is because the light of the lightning reaches us almost instantly, since the speed of light is very fast. Thunder is a sound, and the speed of sound is much slower, so the thunder reaches us with a delay. It's very important to know about safety during a thunderstorm. Usually, lightning strikes high objects. Therefore, during a thunderstorm, you shouldn't hide from the rain under a tree. During a thunderstorm, it is dangerous to be in the water or even near any body of water, as water conducts an electric current. But to watch a thunderstorm from the window of your house is safe and interesting.
All right, so that was the video that explains to us about thunderstorms. And I love how it explained every sort of piece of a thunderstorm. So the rain, when everything separates, the electric charges that cause the lightning, and then the sounds for the thunder. So at that point, I would get my partners together, have them kind of go over what they saw on that. And if they needed, if they had any questions at that point, if they were curious about anything and just didn't understand, then we would talk further about it for their discussions. Some self-assessments. I want to give them like a laminated piece of paper with a happy emoji and then like a sad or like an unsure emoji, kind of to show them, or to kind of have them show me what they understand and how they are feeling about the lesson and the lesson so far, and kind of what they got from that. And then I would also, as a self-assessment, kind of do a pair and share, get with their partner that they were with before, and kind of talk about some things and use that as like an exit slip, since they are like so young. I would kind of want to use that as an exit slip and have them give me something that they learned from the video, by telling me instead of being able to write it down successfully, and kind of with them being so little. So we use our resources there would have been YouTube. We watched the YouTube video. And then we learned our song. So then, after that, I would be, kind of opening up, or, those are some things that I would have used within the lesson. So, I would review what thunderstorms are, how they're created, when they happen, how to determine their distance, make sure understanding is where it needs to be, and kind of bringing up some activities that we're going to be doing together. So we're going to be making our own thunderstorms and then sing our song with our instruments. And what our instruments are going to be are rainmakers. Students are going to work with their hands and make instruments to make the sounds of thunderstorms and then sing a song to go along with their music. They will be given a paper towel roll, a paper bag, aluminum foil, corn, and construction paper and tape to make their own rainmakers. Some critical vocabulary: thunderstorms, rain, lightning, weather, create, imagine, electric voltage. And so we'll be going over, creating those rainmakers, and those students who get done before other students can help clean up in order to have carpet time, and then the students who need that extra help putting together their rainmaker, someone can go over and kind of help them and aid them from there. Students can turn to their partner and can discuss their rainmakers, the colors they use, the pictures on the outside, and all of that. And then we will discuss how rainmakers connect to thunderstorms and what could be some other items that we could use to make thunderstorms with, make sounds from the thunderstorms. And then our rainmaker, they'll have their very own style. They'll create their own rainmaker and play their song. So the song that we learned earlier, I want them to be able to shake their rainmakers along with the beat. That's why I wanted to teach them the beat clapping first, and then during our song they would be able to shake their rainmakers with that. So I just kind of thought that getting them prepared with the song, learning the beat, and then using their instrument along with that song with that beat would kind of help them get prepared for that. Activity number 2 is a thunderstorm activity where students get to experience a thunderstorm in the classroom and learning how to count how far the thunderstorm is from them. I feel like I used to do this as a kid, and it was always so much fun. I took it home with me, and listening, to watching the thunder and then counting until we heard, or watching the lightning and then counting until we heard the thunder. It was like, oh, it's almost here. Let's go. Let's get ready. Students will get to control the lightning. They'll turn the light switch off and on. Someone will be in charge of that. And then we'll use thunder as like cooking sheets and mallets, and they'll hit the cooking sheet for the thunder. And I'm going to use fans as wind. Some students will act as trees swaying back and forth. And then others will just use their rainmakers and be the sound of the rain. When the students see the lightning, we will start counting until we hear the thunder to see how far away the storm is. Some critical vocabulary that I chose there would have been wind, lightning, thunder, rain. And then I will ask them to count from the lightning into the thunder to let me know that they understand how all of that works. And kind of if they have any questions from there, we'll kind of get those. We'll solve the equation of the distance to see how far away it is. And kind of maybe even plan like a safe place for them when the storm hits their area, kind of to be prepared. And so I just thought that was a really good idea to kind of do with them. I thought it would be fun and kind of have them like act out things as well, and kind of be active and creating thunder, creating lightning, and then their rain. So closing my lesson, I want to know, is there anything else that they're curious about with thunderstorms, and how to create a thunderstorm? And we can now use our rainmakers to create rain when we don't have any, if that's another thing that we kind of go over. And then I just want to know, what was their favorite part of the lesson? Is there anything that they want to go over again? Maybe the song and playing our instruments. And then like our real life connection would be that thunderstorms happen in our area often. You can use this activity to do with your family when we're having one. You can show them how we know how to find the distance and sing the song we learned if the electricity ever goes out and there's just something that you need to do. So just wanted to kind of do all of that with them. And I want to be observed on, making sure every student is on the same page and they're doing things as one. And I want to be observed in my ways of explaining to the students about thunderstorms and making sure I fully let them know everything they need to. And including the music, I feel like it makes it fun. They're enjoying it. They're, learning beat and music without thinking that they're even learning any of that. Or maybe even just using music and they don't even realize that they're learning science at the same time. So I just feel like whenever that goes together, it just kind of makes a lesson, more fun. They're more apt to pay attention and work together to finish that and see where they can go with that. So I haven't actually been in a classroom yet, but because of COVID, but I feel like whenever I finally do get into a classroom and I have to create something like this of my own, it's definitely something that I want to share with them and kind of incorporate music into some of my lessons to get them, more drawn in, to be like, oh my gosh, this is fun, and kind of be able to remember what they're learning at the same time by, these chants and these songs and stuff like that. So I just feel like that this is definitely something that I feel like I'm gonna keep in mind when creating lesson plans in the future. So that is my lesson, and that's how I would do this in the classroom and sing to them and create things with them. So I hope that you enjoy that, and thank you so much for, showing us that we can include music in things like science and other things besides just like reading. This was definitely eye-opening for me. Thank you.